Okay, I'm back. I wanted to do part two and just to finish up energetic alignment. So, in part one, we talked about how to raise your vibration and how to find out how you're energetically aligned, right? I just want to preface this that a lot of times, and everything really is started and rooted in childhood, how you think the world views you, how you view yourself. But really, a lot of us worry about how the world views us, our past mistakes, the discouragement that we received from our parents. You can't be a painter. You can't play the saxophone. What are you thinking? You have to be a doctor or a lawyer. And those are the type of things, or, you didn't get good grades, or, a lot of us, and probably aging myself, but a lot of us were latchkey kids and left home alone, no parental supervision, no parental guidance. We were on an island by ourselves. And, when you grow up like that and, that type of, growing up kind of puts you in a position where you're really raising yourself, and you're raising, what I mean by raising yourself, you know raising yourself means the people around you are also raising you, right? It's very important to know that energetically, you're just getting your, if you were 14 years old, you're like getting your information from another 14-year-old. And that's how you're viewing the world. That's how you're learning things in your formative years, and probably even in, your early, late teens, early 20s. You're just getting information from other people who don't know what they're doing, right? So that kind of sets a blueprint for how you view yourself, right? And so the reason why people are starting to get on this manifestation journey, because it's very imperative for you to understand that you can reparent yourself, you can reprogram yourself, you can heal certain traumas. I'm not saying that not to seek outside help, because I definitely am a proponent of that, but I'm talking about just regular everyday people, right? We need to empower ourselves to understand and believe that, hey, I can reprogram how I was, reprogram myself, reparent myself, relearn some of the things that I knew intrinsically and inside of myself that wasn't right, right? So that's part of what, aligning, energetic alignment is about, right? Energetically aligning with, in the morning, right? When you wake up, another small tip, right? Having gratitude. Oh my God, I'm so glad that I have a nice warm place to sleep. I'm so glad I have air conditioning. I'm so excited that I get to stand in the line at a grocery store, and get my groceries, the gratefulness that you have to go, instead of getting triggered and upset that you have to stand in line, right? Think of it like this, like, oh, wow, like I have the ability, I may only have a certain amount of money, $20, but guess what? I can go to the store and buy whatever I want. And that gratefulness and being observant and understanding that you know a lot of this divine timing is you being grateful in this walk, right, for this energetic alignment, right? Most people are like, oh, I believe in tarot or stars and lines. Yeah, but you know what? You also have your own being, your own world within yourself, right? You can create positivity and rid yourself of some of these limiting beliefs and some of these past traumas of what people have said about you or talked about you. That is not your problem. That is their problem. Um, One of the things I also wanted to get with you, just really, is just, being dedicated to a process that works for you, right? I don't know everything, and other people don't know everything about you either, right? You are your own master of your destiny, right? And I think a lot of times, like I said in my last video, you're going to be dead more years than you are alive on this earth, right? So that's why I'm saying take it very seriously. Understand that, it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to rejuvenate yourself. It's okay to visualize during your downtime, while you're waiting in line, while you're in traffic, while you're picking up people or taking your sick, parent to the hospital. It's okay for you to visualize a life that, you deserve. You deserve this. You deserve to be happy. You don't deserve to be in a bad relationship. You don't deserve to be talked to crazy. If you went to jail before, prison, you don't deserve people holding your past against you. And honestly, if you have grown children too, if you say your piece and say, hey, I didn't know everything, and I'm sorry I messed up raising you, but I believed, I did the best I could, really treating your adult child like an adult, and like a peer at sometimes, just saying, hey, listen, I'm willing to rebuild and rework with this. And if they say, but I'm mad that you did this and you did this to me, say, okay, well, I'm praying for your healing, and I'm your parent. Call me whenever you want, and I'm here for you. It's because you cannot control everybody. The only thing we can control are ourselves, and we really rarely have control over that. So the best place to start really is between your mind talk. So when you're quiet and you have, time, or even if you're in a loud area, if you work at a, construction site or a baseball arena and it's so loud, say out loud, I am peaceful, I am grateful, I am deserving, I am happy, I have an abundance of wealth. And then say it in your mind. I'm peaceful, I'm deserving, I have an abundance, of wealth, I'm extremely grateful, I'm healthy. Then say it out loud, then say it in your mind, say it out loud, then say it in your mind. These are the type of tools that's going to really help you start to, get that positive energy, positive thing that you need. No, it's not always easy, especially when, negative things are happening on the news, negative things are happening on social media. There's selective outrage. I can't believe this person did this. I can't believe this mass shooting happened. These are things that can deter you from your path. And really, human beings are really not hardwired to be happy, right? It's a learned practice, It's a learned practice, and you don't have to learn it in your 50s and 60s. You can learn it in your 20s. But if you start in your 50s and 60s, that's fine. But, also forgiveness, right? If you were hurt by someone energetically, once you forgive them, and I mean wipe the slate clean, right? Once you forgive them and move on, I know it's hard, it's super, super hard. Once you forgive them and wipe the slate clean and make peace with it, guess what? You're opening up different dimensions for you to receive, okay? You to receive. You might even start hearing numbers in your head. You may play the lotto. You may win. It's like there's some magical things that can happen, in your life. If you lose an opportunity or a client, I lost a really, really big client last year. It was ridiculous. It was like $1 billion client. It was insane. And what I mean by $1 billion, that was the net worth of that public company. But, what I did? I just was like, there's a reason for this, and I'm not going to dwell on it. And it took 6 months to get another big client like that. But during that process, I didn't beat myself up. I didn't take it personally. I just moved with the flow. And the path of least resistance is where you need to go, because sometimes we just think, I'm going to fight. Well, energetically, that fight is going to bring you more fight. It's almost like chaos, right? Or if you constantly fight with a spouse or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you're constantly like, I'm going to fight them, I'm going to tell them how I feel, I'm going to stick it to them. Guess what? Next thing you know, someone cuts you off and flips a birdie at you. Next thing you know, you're involved in a road rage situation. It's like energetically, it just keeps happening. And people can go years, literally years, trying to not understanding that they're energetically aligning with so much negativity that it's showing up at their front doorstep. It's showing up at their place of work, their business. They're losing clients. And I understand why I lost that client, right? I get it. I understand what happened. I understand what I did wrong, but I took it, and I let it go. You have to catch and release, because life is very, it's not static, right? It's not static where it's always going to just be humming along at the same vibration. It's very dynamic, right? But the faster that you can recognize, right, when you're not energetically aligned with when something's not energetically aligned with your belief system, okay, that which what you believe in, right, that is good for you, that is positive for you, that is healthy for you, then immediately how to redirect. That's what you have to know about energetic alignment. Then when you realize how to, catch and release it back, right? I don't want it, turn it around. Then you'll see that the positive manifestation that you have for yourself, or the desires of your heart, or your true purpose in this life that you yearn for, and the happiness and the splendid nature of who you really are, you start to have these really small wins, right? And these small wins turn into bigger wins, right? And you're just like, oh my God, I just keep winning. I don't understand this. Think about it, because you didn't dwell on a said event, or I've even had a close family member die, and it was tragic. And I remember back before I started my manifestation journey, I spent years of my life dwelling in sadness. And you have to understand that, wherever they are, they're still with you. You're still attached to them, because you were attached to them energetically. The love that you had for that person, the love that you had for that project, the love that you had for that position in your life. Well, you've been repositioned. And the faster that you can understand that you're now being repositioned, and how you handle that repositioning is really going to set your energy, which is why energetic alignment is so important. And that's how you are able to jump, right, into a different, some people call them quantum leaps, or some people call them, sometimes you see some people and in 5 years, they're drastically different. They're healthier, they're wealthier, they're smarter, they're in a better relationship. You're like, how do they do that? It's because of a mindset shift. Mindset is so important. And part of that is a small thing, like I talked about in part 1 of my video, doing something small, fixing your bed in the morning, eating something extremely healthy when you're feeling down on those days, or something that's alive and something that has enzymes, and something that is good for you and good for your gut, because, gut and brain are connected. We'll talk about that later. But, and also, even, it's not hocus pocus. I'm not telling you to go out and buy stuff. I'm just telling you to, tweak it and not perfect it. Tweak it and perfect it and get better, and you're going to see that very small things will happen. Next thing you know, you'll probably get like a free car wash. You'll get a free cup of coffee. You're like, where is this coming from? It's coming from you, because you're exuding a place of where people are like, I want to give this person something. I want to show this person gratitude, even though I don't like them, even though I don't know them. It's an aura that you possess that people are going to be drawn to you, and that's what you want, because the more positivity attracts positivity. It really does. Like attracts like, when you are in a negative headspace or energetically negative, you will receive those gifts. Okay. It is so true. But anyways, I wanted to tell you guys, y'all are my favorite people. Remember that mind talk between those two beautiful eyes of yours has to be said daily until it is set in stone. Also, I'm calling you guys my manifesties, like besties, but you know what I mean. Anyways, enjoy your evening. I'll be back probably sometime early in the morning to talk to you guys about some more stuff. Again, take care of yourself. I heart you, And ciao, ciao. Bye.